Well, look who come crawling back. This week on the Top Loader Talks, I'm continuing on from last week, because I never actually stopped talking.
Was my beard worth it? I think so, because it's helping me think a lot more.
I'm back again. Yes, last week, remember? Time Crisis. This week, more party games. Let's get into it. You know the deal. I've been here for so long that you know what I'm going to talk about before I even say it. Should I even say it? Or you already know what I'm going to talk about?
Well, it looked a lot like this.
And remember, if you just don't want to get in the way, get out of the way. Because I'm a hot shot, baby. I'm really good at Time Crisis, and I never miss. But I've never hit anybody. Unless they're computer game related. That's okay. The guy's in red, in Time Crisis, the first to shoot. First to go down when I'm around.
So now we've come back to give the Point Blank series another shot. My little partner in crime is determined to prove me that I was wrong. I won't make that mistake ever again. All he has to do is focus on the task at hand.
Bang!
You know, just like Sony and Namco, we do make a good team. Now that's a combination that would never fail. Okay son, you've made your point. Well, these games sure are back in action. And no doubt my dad has written Point Blank to a disc somewhere.
That's his writing, right? That's my writing. So I would have put Point Blank 2 myself, and he's put it up here in his writing, because I didn't write it properly. He used to do that a lot. He didn't want me writing it in stuff. He had to do the writing. He didn't like my handwriting. That's what he didn't like. But he liked that, right? That's his handwriting. So he put it on there because, you know, it's his handwriting. So when he looks at it, he looks at his handwriting and not mine. So he probably can't read mine, I guess, because it wasn't neat enough for him. Sorry, Dad. Somebody is OCD, and it's not me for a change. Oh my god, Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the gold. See, that's copied from my copy of the game. It's a gold one, so it's early on. I know that for a fact. Very disappointed in that game.
It felt more of an extension of the third game, as much of the old music is actually missing. And the original levels take longer than the loading time to get to. And that's a lot of waiting, and I don't have a lot of patience. I mean, no doubt, it would have stretched the limits for the PlayStation and Nintendo 64, but creatively, really, it could have been so much more.
It really could have been just so much better. I don't know what they were thinking. It just felt like a slap job and they just rushed it out.
Faster than one of my Sub-Zero combinations. Maybe I should go back and give it another second go, which would make it the third go. That would even out the trilogy.
There's no way in hell when I played that game, this would be my brother's copy, because I used to be scared of that game. I still can't play 7 all the way through. 4 is probably my jive because it's more actiony and it's not as scary. There are parts that are scary where the guy comes down with the tail and you've got to get the liquid nitrogen to freeze him and kill him that way. That was a scary boss. But apart from that, it wasn't that really a scary game either. Because you had so much weaponry, you could just mow down people if you just saved up your weapons. You could really just go through like an action game. Whereas a lot of the Resident Evil earlier games, I'm pretty sure you got limited like survival horror type stuff and that made it scarier, but you had limited weapons.
Get that crap out of here.
Alright, let's bring out the big guns and do this Duke Nukem style.
Come get some.
Yeah, you want some of this? You want some of this? Huh? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, slow it down, watch your step, walk up the stairs. Oh my god, I just scared myself! Alright, getting a bit trigger happy here. Let's just calm yourself down. Take it easy, let's not lose our minds. Well, now it's time to perform some psychosurgery. So get on the ground and beg for forgiveness. But it doesn't matter because you ain't gonna get it. Maybe in the head. You're a goddamn lunatic. Careful, you've spilt blood on the ground. It all makes sense now. It's a psychological thriller. And what would Duke Nukem say?
Game over.
But I know it's a good game. But I'm too scared to play it. You know, I sound so sad saying that, but it's the truth. It is the truth. Rally Championship 2000. Oh my god, and it's on a verbatim. This is an early verbatim disc. Okay, so there's a midsection verbatim disc, right? Because, look, there's no, like, writing on it. It's just blank. It says verbatim there, but it's just blank. So that's like an early verbatim. See, I know the timelines of the blank disc, so how old the game is. How insane is that? Actually, You're an idiot, Todd. Verbatim. PS1, PS2 is basically out by 2000, you idiot. So this is probably a later disc. I got it back to front. They started taking stuff off the disc because I guess it was cheaper to print less on the actual disc. And they worked out people were just writing crap on there anyway, right? So that's what happened there. So this was a later game. A later game, not an earlier game. Out of Das, International Soccer. And look how I've written it. Look, I've done like all of this scribble here. That's my writing, right? So I've made it pretty cool. It's a 97 power soccer game. 007 Racing.
And with all this secret information, we're gonna have to transmit all this onto a bigger laser.
There's a laser. That's a laser blank. That was like the transitional period, or sometimes the lasers would be a 700 meg disc because sometimes the 650s weren't just enough on the codec. So you had to get a 700 meg disc, which was like the laser ones. And a few other ones, you know, some off-brand ones. Most of them were 650, which was annoying, which we were all just 700. Cheapskates. It's an extra 50 megabytes, come on.
The mission has been compromised.
Pocket Fighter. This really is a hidden gem from Capcom. Says Jeff on it. Look, Dad, Jeff. I'm sure it's his game. I'm sure it wasn't. I don't know why he's... It's his handwriting too, so I guess he copied it, so he put his name on it. Look, I copied this, so I thought he's put it upside down. Look, so you can read it. See the line, so you know which way. Look, so no matter which way you look at it, it is. That's pretty cool. X-Men, Children of the Atom.
So, we finally made it back to where it all started from.
For the series, the whole X-Men fighting for Capcom.
Ready.
Very limited cast, but it was still a great game to get. And you know it's an early game because it's on my codec like this.
Here comes a new challenger.
It was great until the new ones rolled out and then knocked them out of the park.
Because the other ones were so much better, there's no real reason to go back to this one.
It was a great game.
I haven't played it probably for about 20 something years, but I'm sure it's still great, but I'm sure it's still very limited.
Danger. Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter.
My handwriting, obviously my game. I love this game on the PlayStation, man. This is what I bought it for, fighting games. Abe's Odyssey obviously is my favourite PlayStation game, but man, those fighting games are so good.
Time's running out. Hurry up.
Obviously the loading times are always a drag, but the games themselves was way worth the wait. Oh, wait. The wait was worth it with these games, okay? The wait was worth it with these games. Believe me, I sat there and I waited patiently. Like this. I was twiddling my thumbs waiting for that game. I wasn't twiddling my thumbs, I had the controller in my hand and I was ready to go. Come on, lead!
Oh, it's over. I was talking too much. Again.
Rage Racer.
Now, which one was it where you had to collect the money? Was it Rage Racer or was it Ridge Racer 4? No, I don't think it was Ridge Racer 4. Look, you know, my mind is scattered. Within my memory, not in general. Rage Racer, I'm pretty sure is the one where you had to actually save up money from winning races and buying, upgrading your cars, which I loved. I loved doing that.
Roaring exhaust notes titillate. The base instincts of those who become known as Rage Racer.
Come on, Toka touring cars. Oh my god, I remember this game. And it's the most boring game. Oh no, it's not Toka. I was thinking of NASCAR 99. Boring game. I've got that here somewhere. Toka's actually pretty good, I think, from memory. Toka was actually pretty good. It was another touring car, obviously, Toka touring car. But the NASCAR 99 was a shockingly boring game because I didn't know what NASCAR was. I knew what Daytona was. I didn't know that was NASCAR. And so I went to Toka, NASCAR 99, I think it was, and all the tracks were circle or oval. Like, okay, I'll go to the next track. Wait a minute. Hey, wait, I'm going to different locations, right? But all the tracks are the same. Oh, I don't understand this. It's like we go round and round and round.
Clear high.
Oh my god, what is with this game? Well, we got round and round and round, like every track. It's like, okay, what have you left? I mean, it's like, gotta be the most boring game on the planet. I'm sorry. I love Daytona because that was varied. It had different tracks. Toka, NASCAR, from my personal view, was not a good game for me. And I'm someone who likes to go around and round and round. But not in that case, not in a gameplay element type of way. The Shido Blade. You used to get hit once and you used to die. I used to hate that. You get hit once in that game and you're dead. I used to hate it. That's why I didn't play it that much. That was the one element of the game, which is the main element of the game from memory. Getting hit once and you're down. It's like getting punched in a boxing game. It's like, okay, the game's over. Well, sorry. Try again. You just gotta dodge for the next 5 minutes. or, you know, block with your sword, but, you know, in a boxing game, you stick and move, or block. It's the same thing, you put your guard up instead of your blade up, but just don't get punched once in the whole game. That's not gonna work for me.
Except right here, in Punch-Out. FIFA 2000. Like every sports game I've ever played, I always like the first few matches, and then I end up losing interest.
Tipped away by the fingers of the keeper.
No matter how good the game actually is.
What a great run.
Once I've played one soccer game, I don't know what's so different about the second and third or fourth or fifth times you play a soccer game. Sensible soccer I can see because it's like Kimbo's international rugby. With the over-the-top view, it's kind of like a top-down angle position, and that's fun. That's actually really fun. I love that. I love that style, but when it's like a simulator, I'm not a simulator type guy. It's like Flight Simulator. Who the fuck plays Flight Simulators? My dad had Flight Simulators. He used to sit there behind the PC playing Flight Simulators like he's actually flying a damn plane. I'm like, where you going, Dad? All I see is freaking blue skies. And he's like, I'm playing the Flight Simulator. I'm trying to keep the plane flying. I'm like, okay. It's really fun. Is there like guns on this shit? Is this like a wartime flight simulator? Like we can actually get the guns out? No, you just go from A to B. You just make sure you check all your gauges. Oh, that sounds like fun, Dad, but I'm gonna let you to it, okay? Just keep your sim games to yourself, okay? And don't tell me about them either, because I'm sure it's just as fun to hear about them as it is to actually watch playing it. That was sarcasm, in case you didn't hear it properly. In case you didn't hear it properly. Sorry, I ran out of breath. That's why you couldn't actually hear me properly right there, because I went to say it and I was actually so out of breath, nothing came out. That's how little breath I had in my body when I said that. Okay, next game. Big bass fishing, yeah.
Just like soccer before, I can see the allure for people with much more patience than me. But I can't see myself just sitting still for that long with nothing happening. Hang on, I can feel something. Hang on, something's actually happening. There's a fish jumping around on the end of its line. Have I got breakfast or have I got lunch? I don't know the time, so it could be either one of the two. Right now, though, it's between the man and the big bass fish. Judging by the name of the game, I'm assuming that's a big bass fish. I don't know anything about fish, I don't even eat fish, but all I know is this is a competition between the two of us, and there's only gonna be one winner, and obviously there's gonna be an eventual loser. Damn! Because I'm not one to sit around and wait for things to happen, I make things happen!
I'm about action-packed adventures, something that happens fast and quick, snappy. No, I'm not sitting there resty, no, snappy is what we're doing here.
Well, that was exhilarating. I'm sure the next game will be just as fun and exciting.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Phantom Menace, my last-ditch effort to actually like something about the movie. And the game did not help my like for the movie any more than it already did.
Trust me, yeah.
When the Trade Federation Viceroy arrives, we must convince him to leave the system.
It started off okay, but it got very monotonous. I think you're always looking for keys, trying to unlock the next room.
Will they agree to leave?
Find a way to open this door, and hurry!
I remember from my own memory that it was alright at the start, but it got very monotonous by the time I got to the underwater city with the, I was about to say Medukans.
But obviously mean Gungan.
You know, those people who spit when they talk, it's very annoying.
Something is amiss here.
I spit when I talk too, but that's when I'm very exciting and I'm not very annoying. Depending on who you ask. NBA Live 98. Okay, now that's more my jive.
In small bursts. Remember, it's a sports game. I always liked NBA Jam.
I actually liked NBA Live on the Genesis, Mega Drive. Genesis, who said Genesis really? Come on, slap myself. No one says Genesis except you Americans. It's Mega Drive, Deep cover Gecko Jacks.
Very cool. I'm not sure who owned this one.
That's not my brother's handwriting, and that's my handwriting, and that's my dad's handwriting. So we've all had our hand on this disc to do something. We've all decorated it.
We did some deep cover art for Jex, you could say.
My dad didn't like console games, but he loved PlayStation.
Because it looked sleek and cool.
He didn't like Nintendo because that was like a kiddie's console.
Mature in comparison.
He used to love sports games and like Formula 1 games.
And it's go!
Obviously, boxing and wrestling type games too. He never really got into breakdancing though.
We've got real excitement coming up now!
For once, my dad used to love playing console gaming with us.
And that's my dad, who's responsible for all of this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just like rambling now. I know I'm getting tired here. Okay, I'm getting tired. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm having fun. I just said that to make you guys feel better in case you were tired of hearing me talk. But you know what? Sometimes in these short videos, these short burst videos, it's not so bad when I release them weekly. So then, you know, you get a little bit tired. But then you're all energized for next week again because it's been a whole week since you've seen me. There sure are still a lot of games here to go through. Have a look at them. Wipeout 2, Gran Turismo, Danny's copy, Driver, Siphon Filter, Soul Reaver, Fighting Force, and I could keep going. Really, V-Rally 2. Hope I'm not missing any.
Don't have time to play with myself.
Sorry, gotta stop the clock. Stick time to kill.
It's time to play. Are you ready for this? Just watch your step. I'm ready to play. I'm ready to go back to the past.
What are you waiting for? Christmas?
In times like these, you need a serious beard to happen.
Looks like it's time to kill.
All I need is a cool beard and a cool voice.
That's what works for me the most.
You want some of this?
Rest in pieces, bitches.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. I'm Duke Nukem. Suck my boomstick. Bitchin'.
Do you know what Duke always says at a time like this?
Lock and load. What's the holdup?
Damn Skippy.
Let's go.
You know there's no bullets in that gun, right?
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. I'm all out of gum.
The PlayStation 1 has some of the best games ever created. There are so many to go through, if you have the time.
But luckily, I have the time. I have the time to kill.
Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
Alright, get yourself together now, and let's do this. Don't worry, it's for effect.
Blow it out your ass.
So let's go back and finish this once and for all.
This is your lucky day.
But it's not plugged in.
Your face, your ass, what's the difference?
So, now I'm back, but I'm gonna finish up. There's so many games here, and I could just keep talking on and on about all of these games. There are just so many here that just represent my childhood in this type of way, but I just have so many obvious memories about, some good nostalgic ones too. I'm glad to share them, and I'm really glad that he gave them to me, and I didn't know he still had them. I thought they were long gone because they were burnt games. I thought he was just going to throw them all out. But he didn't. He kept them for all those years. And he's like, here's your PlayStation games. And I just couldn't believe it. And I really got a little bit choked up. I'm like, there's my handwriting on all these games.
Well,
All of these games, some of these games, some were his, some were my brother's handwriting. But, what a trip. Playing Time Crisis again, Point Blank 1, 2 and 3, but I finally get to play again because the light gun games, I just didn't have the PlayStations hooked up. But now I've got to find room for them, but I'll find room. I'll play it on the PlayStation 2 mainly because it loads them faster. If you know the trick, like I said before in another video, if you go into the settings, you can actually make the PlayStation 2 load up the discs faster.
but just beware optical laser wear to keep it in its prime.
And I don't even think it's for every single game that it works for, but I know it works for some games because I tried it out and it actually did load up much faster, especially Point Blank and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Big disappointment. I'm not going into it. Big disappointment. I'm not going into it, okay? I just want to say, thanks for listening to my weeks of rambling. I'm sure that I did this. I've had a lot of fun. I really have had a lot of fun. I hope that you've had fun listening to me talk about it. Obviously, it's really got me excited again. I get excited and talk really fast because I get so excited in the moment about these types of things. And I'm just glad to share it with everybody here, and hope I've actually gave you some memories back too about the games that I've mentioned here. And maybe tell me something about the games that I didn't know about, but I've talked about and I didn't really know too much about. Just don't talk about NASCAR 99 because I know about that game and it sucks. So see you next time on some other video, but it's not going to be about PlayStation, it'll be maybe something else, I don't know. This type of format could take me anywhere, who knows. Thanks guys, and I will see you when you see me. See what I did there? Bye.
Are you with me? Or are you against me? Misfire. Oh. I have to plug it in. That might help.